When you talk about the games that really determine how well you're going to do, are those games that aren't the marquee names, but they might be really good teams that have a chance to win their conferences and advance into the tournament, like San Diego, those kind of games. That wasn't a good memory. I don't know why I brought that up, but that was a very, very, very good team. You knew it if you really watched that team and studied that team, and they proved it later on. But I think those are the ones that make your schedule really, 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 really difficult. But the fans probably have more name recognition with the other teams. So I would think that we'll be able to be much better defensively. I think we'll be much better rebounding-wise. And when you're really good in those two areas, and I think that we have the capability of being really good in those two areas, then I think that you get a chance to be a much faster-paced offensive team. We're not going to go down and just throw up bad shots. We're going to utilize our personnel to the best of our abilities, hopefully. But I would assume that we'll score quite a few more points than we did last year. I think when teams play hard, when they play smart and they play together, when you have guys that have the capability like Jody to score, like I think Darius Miller is going to be a really good scorer for us early. I think Ramon's going to continue to be an improved player. I think he'll continue. I think that when you talk about 33, 34 points or whatever Joe and Ramel average, that's a lot, especially as little as we scored last year. And so that's probably like 50% of our points. And so we have to figure out where Patrick's got to get 6 more points, or he's got to get 4 more points, or Ramon's got to get 4 more points. I think you have to do it like that. And what they're telling me is he's further along than they probably would have thought. They're going to do another X-ray tomorrow, but he's been doing a lot of rehab in the pool that we have, and it's an underwater treadmill, so it's really a great rehabilitation device. I think only a couple of schools in the country have one. Most of the NBA teams have them, but it's something really nice that Kentucky has. It probably hasn't enabled him to get a little conditioning, but also get closer to returning a little bit. Our on-court leader is probably going to be Patrick Patterson, but he's not going to initiate the offense, I wouldn't think, unless something happened in his recovery that would allow him to be a lead guard, and that would be okay. I think that's one area where our team is going to be vastly improved. I think that we're going to be able to feed the post a lot better, a lot earlier in the year, and we obviously know that that's where our bread is going to be buttered, and so we're going to throw it in there and we're going to play off the post. But I think going into last season we had a lot of question marks about that particular situation as well, and if anyone can play as well as Ramel, even though no one's going to have the kind of experience that Ramel had, I think if someone can continue to improve, or whether it's a group effort or however we figure it out, and get the kind of play that we got from him, I think we'll be okay. But that's a big question mark going into the season. You'd have to say that. And his rehab, he's done well. They say the soreness is subsiding and getting better on a daily basis. And I think that he does have some of those leadership qualities, and he's an fairly experienced guy, and not at that particular position. But if that's what's best for our team, then we'll go down that road. And I definitely think he's a candidate to do that. I want Mark back, and he hasn't decided if he's going to come back. He was an important part of our team last year. But if I can't give him a scholarship, or if I choose not to give him a scholarship and he can get a scholarship somewhere else to pay for his school, I understand that totally. And so he's in the midst of talking to some people or trying to talk to some people and those kind of things. Harrelson, I'm really excited about him. He came here weighing 266 pounds. He's down to, 276. He's down to 262 right now. He's got a target of like 255, 256. His body's looking really good. His attitude is really good. I think he has multi-dimensional skills where he can play inside and out. He's got a very, very soft touch, and I think he's going to be a very important part of the puzzle. I don't think he goes in to any practice or any workout or, you know, the whole summer as a whole, thinking, well, am I good enough to be a really good player? I think he knows that now. And so I think that, okay, well, I know that I can do that. Now I'm going to add this to my game, or I'm going to be a little bit different. I'm going to help. You know, sometimes when you're not totally confident, you're out there just swimming like crazy, trying to just stay afloat, worried about one person, and that's yourself. Now when you know that you're going to be able to swim safely to shore, now you might try to go save someone else. And I think that's where he's kind of at. He has a great. I think that you have to be very thorough, and there's a ton of different things that you can do. I think you want to make sure that you do things that are going to be the most appropriate. I think you have to be very complete before you announce anything, and so I think that's what they're doing. So, but there's no way you could ever replace that man. No way. And there's no. We haven't tried to replace that position. We haven't. People have to do the responsibilities, and there was a ton of those responsibilities, but we're not going to replace that position as of right now.